We're live on YouTube. Let's check. Day 70. We are live. Hi guys, welcome to day 70. Backtesting until I'm profitable. Can't believe I've had this going on for 2 months and longer. All thanks to God. So let's get right into it. Today is July 3rd. It's 9:48 p.m. You can see in the screen. And I'm on a 74-day streak. This is really nice. Alright, so let's go through this ICD sweep and fair value gap. I was seeing if futures are giving a really promising stuff, but yeah, it turns out it's not quite that much as we thought. But yeah, no biggie. Alright, so we're on the NAS. I'd like to go to GU. So I'll remove any drawings. Alright, then go to weekly. Let's do a top-down analysis. Quick top-down analysis. So you can see on the weekly that these few last weeks have been bullish, and looks like we have a really nice point of liquidity here that we might take out. So this is a really nice liquidity point. Now going on the daily, you can see that we can see that we have a really nice channel here. It's a slow uptrend, as you can see it, like going this way. So you can see that we dropped into a daily fair value gap, then we rejected nicely, and we are still currently in another daily fair value gap. But overall, looking at the structure, you can see how the next day was closing above the higher one, except that it stopped here and then reversed. But this, I'd like to see this as a short-term reversal and then a continuous push. After all, this looks like some kind of resistance in here, but we don't do that resistance, but it's the same thing. We're pushing to this fair value gap, then nice push to the upside. So I'm basically looking for bullish structure and target these highs, and so we've got buy side liquidity resting here. And this lo-fi is not good. I don't know, it's not sounding anywhere. Alright, this one's okay. Alright. Just want to listen to lo-fi a while, but that's the anyway. So we've got this high as well. So also PSL. So that is that will be targeting bullish. So let's go to the 4 hour and see if we can mark some POIs there. So the 4 hour is showing a nice fair value gap here. This is the most recent down close candle and a crazy fair value gap inside here. And well, the structure of the reason this market rejected here isn't really clear, but this head and shoulder really look nice anyways. So let's see. Well, we had this void. Did we touch it? Nope. How does it look on the 2 hour? Okay, now 2 hour isn't looking bad. You can see that the 2 hour gave us a really nice fair value gap here, which we respected and took out this liquidity here. Nice sweep. And I believe inside here there was some kind of entry. Let's see. On the 1 hour, you can see that this all happened in London. On the 1 hour, we had this kind of view. And 30 minutes, how does it look like? So 30 minutes, still not that clear. 15, I believe the 15 short or something. So it closed above this candle, which marks like a kind of shift. This one here, see, it closed above this recent high, the 15, and we drop down into this inversion. We have an inversion here coinciding with the fair value gap, so we're mostly likely to reject. But let's see, did we reach? Hadn't reached discount yet, except if we disregard the wicks, which I don't think we should. But I think later on in the day the entry became even more better. You can see that after this move we retraced fully at this time here, traced it nice into this inversion here, but this entry would have failed us. I think this fair value gap here is not bad, and I think it's in discount from this low to this high that tapped there. You can see this is a really nice discount. It first dropped, tapped into discount, and then started to reject. You can see how nice these moves look like. So which means you can capitalize like a 1 to 4 inside here. The moment you reject, you can have your stop loss below this low here. Target a potential high or a specific target like a 1 to 4. See, a full 1 to 4 is provided, and after the 1 to 4 is provided, it ultimately drops. Okay. And now let's analyze what we're looking at. So in 2 hour, after this nice reaction, you can see that we started to continue the push higher. We shifted structure here, market shift, which means we're no longer bearish, instead we're bullish. And on this bullish structure we have a nice, well, on the 1 hour would it be another block? I like to mark it as another block if we have fair value gap that follows after. What does the 3 hour look like? Well, the 1 hour looks more nice. So this one here, you can see that it's a nice one. So the 45 we can specify it to be like this one, like here. So we've got a 45-minute order block, and this order block is the one that will help us here continue the push to the upside. So I'd like to see a sweep of some lows inside here, then a nice push. So let's move the 45, and now going to the 30-minute. Well, we didn't shift above, but we took out the previous day high by the looks of it. 15-minute, we'll be waiting for a sweep. So let's see what happens. Wow, nice rejection here. You can see that we even took out this low, and this one from Asia took out the Asia lows as well. So let's see at the 5-minute where we can get a shift inside here. This is a 5-minute shift here. So let's wait for a retracement. So we've got this inversion, but what I'm really looking for is at least if we reach, you can see it tapped into discount, and we have this nice inversion. I think tapped into it as well. I think I can make it as this and give it some text as FVG and save as FVG. Let's say, oh, come on. Yes, so this will be, you can see we have a nice reaction off of this inversion, but I think I can show the text to be an inversion FVG here. Right, so you have an inversion here. Let's consider bouncing off of it. We have the London highs right there. So I think we can take this trade here. The target obviously will be the London highs. You can put the stop loss below this way. Let's see what happens. Do we end up hitting take profit or not? So return back to break even, and we end up hitting take profit for the day. This is actually looking nice. And on the 15-minute, I think this drop down was like a retracement to some kind of POI, because you can see on the 15-minute the shift can only be declared at least here, somewhere here. This is the only place where you can have a shift, and had a nice retracement into this fair value gap. But how does it look on the 30-minute? Well, not that clear, but yeah, you can see how nice this price action was looking on the 5-minute. So the 5-minute was the one that offered the opportunity. So let's continue watching price action. And keep in mind, we still have a bullish bias, still have bullish sentiment in the market. So let's see what is to happen later in the day. So the day moves on, and you can see that our buy side level is about to be taken out as well. Wow. Well, there's nothing better than this, because it took just one overnight movement to reach. Let's see how long it took from our entry to here. It was 12 hours and 30 minutes of the trade to take out the ultimate buy side liquidity, giving an 8R. But yeah, we just want to take the move that we need, no more, no less. Yeah, nice trade. So as the new day was starting, I like to go to the 4-hour now. So we have our first level of buy side taken out, and as usual, you know, if buy side has been tagged out, most of the times market can reverse, which means like here it would be a possibility to reverse and tap into some 4-hour POI, such as this fair value gap or so. So this is something that I'll be waiting for, like at least this gap inside here. By the way, I think I should store these images. Yeah, a minute. Right, so now going back to the 4-hour. Right, so coming up here, you can see that we took out this liquidity, so this means it's a sweep, or it might be a sweep or a POS. I'd like to make it as a sweep for now. Let's see what happens. We are in the night, so I can't really wait for the next day. You can see how this candle closed. Let's go to the 2-hour. So you can see what we were waiting for here. So on the 2-hour, we have a nice order block here, which means you might retrace to it since we took out this liquidity level. So yeah, just pure market structure. Let's see what happens. Going on the 30-minute. So you can see we also took out the previous day high, and we shifted structure here, and we pushed higher again, which means that here we're gonna have a really nice continuation. Instead, we're not going to have a drop as we were expecting into this 2-hour order block, so we'll potentially still be looking for buys. So first off, we can see we took out a low from Asia, but let's look for some higher time frame POIs so that we can enter off of them. on the daily. How does the day look like? So this day doesn't even have a wick, but it's crazy. We are targeting this buy side liquidity. So going on the 1 hour, had a nice retracement into this fair value gap from the 1 hour, and going on the 30 minute, you can see we took out liquidity here. This is London session. I should keep that in mind. This is a break of structure, by the way. This is a nice sweep of liquidity. Going on the 15 minute, you can see that after this market shift, and we had a nice drop into the gap before even pushing higher later. So this is from this high to here. You can see we went into discount and then started pushing higher. So this is the fair value gap that we rejected. Yeah, this was a really nice price movement. Let's see what London is doing. So we get a small down movement. I think it's like some kind of retracement. Let's see how it looks on the 15 minute. We still have our buy side liquidity there. Alright, so we've got this order block created. We've got a fair value gap. Well, we didn't have a clear sweep, except if you look on the 5 minute. 5 minute took out some lows. And yeah, this will be the only entry criteria, but I don't think I can base off of it. Let's see how the price moves. Right, that's a nice drop. We have a 15 minute order block. This is the next POI that we can find. So it's an OB. This is an order block. Now going on the 5 minute. I'd like to see a kind of low taken out before we continue. So we didn't take out this low. Okay, we drop crazily now. Take out the high. So we haven't started London yet, but you can see how it's looking so far. By the way, we also have another down close candle here. I think this is looking nice. Some kind of order block. How does it look like? Let's see. On the 15 minute, on the 5 minutes, sorry, have this. We tapped into it by a few ticks. Took out these lows. So this would be the only low that we took out on the 5 minute. The market shift inside here. God is good. So the 15, you're seeing something here. Well, from this low, this high, you can see we tapped into discount a bit, and we have a nice breaker inside here. You can see that we have this nice breaker, so we didn't respect this order block nicely, but we pushed into this one right here. Let me show you. like from here to here. This is the recent order block on the 5-minute. So we tap into this order block, taking out this low, and we shift the structure internally here. We have a breaker, so this is the breaker that we can capitalize on. It's 830, 835 actually, and this is where I think we might go bullish and target higher prices such as this high. So our target will be here. So go, let's see, our next targets will obviously be that high, so we might actually keep our TP open and remove it depending on how the market's behaving. Let's risk like 1%er. So let's wait for this move and see. So it started off nice, but it ended up hitting stop loss. So how much? Let's see. How about we move to break even after like we hit a 1 to 2, maybe we move to break even. But yeah, not bad. So it's a possibility that we might even push higher after this move. Let's see on the 15-minute how it looks like. So this day was a losing day, but it's okay. We'll capitalize on next day. So next day has just started. Let me remove these drawings. The 5-minute. So we have a drawn liquidity. We're still bullish on the day. We have some kind of liquidity build up, and I'd like to look on the 4-hour. You can see how the 4-hour was looking like. There was no solid movement inside here. But let me remove these drawings here. You can see that we have a small teeny fair value gap that we tapped into here, and on tapping into it you can see a kind of sweep. Take out a low. So let's wait for Asia session to end and see what Asia session does. We have news on this day. We have FOMC minutes. Okay, I don't know why there these kinds of wicks. I think it's because there's some news. So I think we should, let's see, on the daily we start becoming bearish. It means our potential retracement will be into these fair value gaps. This is a daily fair value gap that we might tap into as well, so we can wait for it as well. So I'd instead wait for that gap. Then on the 1 hour, we're looking bearish. We have some equal highs here, which means the news might take them out as well. You came to set us free. I am now. So take out a high as the session starts. So the bearish POI here is this 1 hour order block. So that's the only potential one that I'd wait for instead. So the news is about to happen. Let's see what happens as the news. Wow, get a crazy drop there. Let's hide these sessions. Let's hide the sessions. I want to show you that. Let's remove this. We have this fair value gap respected inside here. Then we drop, create a market shift here, and we push higher again into this inversion. So we've got this. So the purpose here is to spot the entries beforehand, like something like that. So we have a fair value gap. It's on the 15 minute, going in the, you can see. A nice market shifts inside here, and you can see we took out some high while we're in the POI. Alright, and we've got an inversion here that gets respected. How does it look on the 30 minute? Well, same thing. This is an inversion. So we have this crazy drop. Now going on the 5 minute, you can see that you can narrow the gap into here as well, and after there you can see that FOMC goes in hand and drops ultimately. Now going on the 4 hour, I would actually like to mark another kind of order block. This is the next order block that might get respected. So after this FOMC move, so I didn't take any kind of trade because of that. Let's wait and see. So we're in this POI, but we have some equal lows. Maybe we might take them out as well. So still on the 4 hour, same thing. How about the 2 hour? I want to mark this other block nicely. So on the 2 hour, you can see it like this. This fair value gap was disrespected. We remove it. We've got this other block from the 2 hour. Now going on the 1 hour. So far we have no sweeps. Wow, this is looking nice, but it happens in the morning. I don't know if we're on the charts by these times, but you can see that we have a small sweep inside, internal sweep. I'd like to go to 15 maybe. Yeah, on the 15 you can see get a shift. You can actually get it from some internal highs as well. MSS, but we can also mark this internally, because marking this means that you can enter somewhere here, but internally we have the MSS somewhere here, and you can see I get a nice retracement into this gap here. You can see how this candles respect it, and even before that you can see that we have an inversion here which also gets respected. So entry you will place your stop loss somewhere here as this move spirals, and I think London session will also go in that direction, favoring the move. Let's see. So we get a retracement as London starts. London closes somewhere there. So let's see the win rate, the risk to reward ratio it offers. So let's suppose you enter on the moving candle and you put your stop loss somewhere there, and you target a 1 2 3. 1 2 3 you can get it, and you can get a 1 2 3 here. Yeah, not bad. So you can see we end up pushing higher. So nice movement. And then in the 1 hour, now we get a clear shift on the 1 hour at 9. Nice order block retracement. You can see push above the order block, retrace back into it, and then have a nice push. So we end up pushing higher into this POI. Is it another? I think it's another block. Yeah, let's see. Like a 1 hour on the block. Yeah, it's another block from the 1 hour. So I don't know if we respect it. We didn't respect this block right there. So let's see what happens as later in the day. Okay, I'm seeing something. Well, you can see in the 15 minute what was happening. We took out a high here, Can we see a shift? This is as a new day opened. I know that I'm not very awake in this time, so I can't take this trade. So we closed below here, which means we might actually get the rejection that we are looking for. Let's see. Keep in mind that we also are in this gap there. Right, we're still in that other block, and we had this massive push here. I don't know if we took out some highs there, but this pre-London was really aggressive, and you can see that took out these highs, shifted below this low. Okay, we've got this gap inside here, so I'd like to catch this drop, and my target would obviously be these lows, and going on the 1 hour for this whole move from here to here. For our balance to happen, it would require for us to at least reach this level or this, so we just need a drop at least into this zone, to the OTE zone. Yeah, that will be it, or a drop into a breaker. I don't know, let's see on the 30-minute. Yeah, let's see if we can get a sell entry there. So on the 15, let me just wait for rejection. All right, the rejection has been offered. You can see how it's looking like. So I'd like to sell this one here in my stop loss right there. Oh, nice for the one. Oh, almost close. This was almost close to the SL. Let's see how this goes. So if this candle closes above the stop loss, then we're done. Yep. Crazy move, crazy move. So this wasn't a bad loss. It was a totally planned loss. I mean, not a bad entry. Let's remove the outer block. All this went in vain. We ended up reacting on this fair value gap in the 1 hour instead. And yeah, it's normal to be on the wrong side of the market. So you can see, let's see what really should have happened. So we got this nice sweep here, 15-minute shifted structure here, and we retraced back into this gap and then pushed. How does it look on the 5-minute? Yeah, it really looks nice. I think we'll reach OTE here. From here to here. Yeah, we do. but depending on the candle close, you can see we reach discount a few ticks and then we'll push. And if you consider this low, we're almost to OTE, so it's not really bad. Okay, so we still have our buy side resting here, our ultimate target. So that's the one we're targeting for the day. But looking on the high time frame, such as the 30-minute, we can see we have the sweep here, the shift here. So if we get a retracement here, that will be a nice entry or into this gap. So after all, from this low to the high. Yep, so let's wait and see. All right, you can see here this gap looks like. And let's see from the low to the high. I don't know, it's like poking into discount before we fly. So you can see this is a rejection pattern. You can see that the move would look like something like this. But again, there'll obviously be that PSL. Let's see how this goes. Whoa, crazy poke. Let's wait and see. So we haven't took out that buy side liquidity yet, which means we'll obviously take it out some other time. So let's look how it looks on the 2-hour now. So this fair value gap has been disrespected. It's still in the morning. Let's see how 30-minute looks. By the way, this moves look really nice after a sweep. We ultimately drop on the 1 hour, the 45 victory sweep, close back in the range, and boom, we drop the next liquidity target. Let's look on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour has a really big gap inside here. So this might be the reason we're actually here. Okay, how's this looking like? This is overnight. We might see some consolidation. All right, so you can see we're getting a nice rejection here of the gap. It's at 2 in the morning. On the 4-hour, we are in this big gap, but I'd like to see if it will be a bit smaller on a lower time frame. This 1 hour FVG. And on the 30-minute, how does it look like? Yeah, still the same. Still the same. 15-minute, get the sweep here. Oh no, this is the sweep, yeah. And then the shift, it occurs here. So MSS, and for the entry I would absolutely wait for like the recent low after the market shift. So if it's the recent low after the market shift, that means that this low can work for us. So from here to this first high, you can sweep poke into the discount, and from here you can see already reaching to OTE. Let's see how this goes. You can see it's a nice, really nice rejection. I think we're obviously targeting this high and some other high in the future, so let's see how this goes. So we get another drop into the gap. How's the 30-minute looking like? Alright, and from this low to this high, tapped into the OTE, and oh, what a nice move. At London Open you can see how nice this move looks like. So we drop into optimal trade entry from this move here to here. Have OTE range here. I don't know what color to give it, maybe this one. OTE. So this OTE level, we tapped into it and then we flew. This is a really nice move. Okay, what news with these crazy movement? Let's see how it looks on the 4-hour. It looks like it dropped into some kind of order block here. Interesting. Let's see. So this would like become I don't know, there were no news here. It's crazy, but this would like become a break even, because obviously if you're here then your stops should be at BE. So let's see how the 4 hours looking like. I'd like to remove these images. This is the next order block that we have here. I trust in God. I see. So we didn't get a strong sweep because the only low we took out was this one. After taking out this low, now we got a shift internally here and retraced into this gap. So that was a really nice drop. Not bad. So from this low here, we were about to reach into OTE. So let's see. Can see that in the afternoon it was really not that active, and we are 100 miles away from the buy side liquidity that we were targeting. But I'll leave this session once we tap into it, so we'll be back after this short break. On test 3, 2, 1, we're back. Alright, so we're still targeting the buy side level. And how does it look on the weekly? It is this. We've backtested this move, and this one. We're waiting for this week to explode, or the next one at least, to take out this buy side. Let's save here the one. So on the, I'm looking for a POI. The 2-hour we have none so far since it's the afternoon session. I really wouldn't like to trade the overnight session. Oh wow, okay. So as we pushed higher into the night, you can see this nice price move, and we're currently at 1. Right, going on the 30-minute. This looks somehow interesting. We've got this other block here on the 30-minute. There's a fair value gap. Let's see how we reject. Right, so we take out the low here. It's a nice sweep of liquidity on the other block. And where's the most recent high? Well, 15-minute is looking like that, but on the 5-minute we have a high here. If we close above, let's see if we can get a retracement. So we get a nice retracement, and from here to here you can see we tapped into discount and the OTE almost, which means here you can have a good buy entry, target the highs, stop somewhere here. So a good one to 3.6. So risk 1%. Let's see how this goes. On the 15-minute, we're in this kind of fair value gap, and we end up getting stepped out. So the POI was disrespected. So I wouldn't even dare watch the analytics because they look like crap. Like a 5% win rate because we were really under the bar. Trusting okay, I think I'm seeing something here. Going on the 30-minute, we took out a low, and we're in a nice order block. This down close candles on the 1 hour, how do they look like? Yeah, this thing here. The 2 hour, how does it look like? Yeah, but let me mark it on the 1 hour. Yeah, swing order block. Have a nice sweep. Let's see what the 15-minute tells us, even though we're in the afternoon session. So we get a nice market shift. So we're waiting at least for to reach the midpoint of the move. Right, so you can see we end up reaching the discount, but see the move has changed from here to here. You can see we're actually in OTE, which means that we're absolutely going to be bullish, and our entry will be somewhere here with a swing low there and the target. I still think this is a nice draw on liquidity, so let's see. Oh, come on. These days are going really crazy. Right, we've shifted structure, guys. We've absolutely shifted structure to the downside. By the looks of it, we again take out a low. It's crazy movement inside here. In the 1 hour, after taking up the slow, we've shifted structure here, and we got this move here where we traced into this fair value gap, and I'm seeing a potential buy inside here. You can see we have also another fractal entry, the block, the sweep, internal shift here. Right, we sweep again, we shift structure, we trace into this gap. You can see that we're pushing high, so a long position will be there, and we still have a long way till our target, but I believe we'll reach there. And this 15-minute entry, how does it look on the 1 hour? So let's risk the most and then cry the whole of the day. Oh God. Yeah, market humbles you. This is the definition of market humbles you. You can see how this closes. Yay. I'm gonna look for another job for real. This is very crazy. Now look at how we end up taking out this high. With a crazy loss. Overwhelming, never reckless love of God. Yeah, so it is what it is. Okay, backtesting. I think I'll not restart this session because look at how it's looking, man. This one wouldn't give you any real data. I played around very messy, very. I gave it a really bad nut job. I think. Yeah, that's why I'll create another one. So I think I'll call it like POI reaction or something like POI reaction model plus ICT entry ICT FEG retracement plus sweep. Lower time frame POI entry. Yeah, let's do 100. Obviously Euro USD. We would need to do GBP USD. I'm sure the pair is looking amazing. GBP card. GBP JPY. And would like to also have the dollar index side there. And lastly, USD CHF. And the CHF. Okay. So I like the one that is from 2021 to 2022. This is April 7th. Okay. Then July 1st to July 1st. Here it's just 1 year of this data, which is 52 weeks. Considering that I backtest 3 weeks, then 52 over 3, that's 17 sessions, 17 days of backtesting. Let's see how it goes. So long session. Stay blessed.